Hello everybody, welcome to One Drink, a podcast where we talk about one topic for one drink. I'm Matthew.
And I'm Oliver.
And today we are talking about Rochester, New York.
Yes, our hometown.
Yep. History facts.
Yep.
Just every cool thing about our city, Rochester, New York.
Yeah. We highlighted on some big stuff. We got some cool history for you guys.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a cool show.
Yeah.
I mean, we both hail from here.
Hell yeah.
We both love this city. I've moved away and then moved back.
Can't get away.
Started a family here, so figure we might as well throw out some love.
Oh yeah.
To our city.
And there's a lot of cool things I didn't know.
Dude, I didn't know probably 90% of the stuff that I looked up. There's way cooler things that have come out of here and happened here than I ever really knew. So when I read some of this stuff, I'm like, yeah, that's my city. You know what I mean? Like I was getting all pumped for it. So I'm pretty stoked for this one.
All right, so we're gonna start right in the beginning.
Yeah.
November 8th, 1803. 100-acre tract in western New York along the Genesee River was purchased by Colonel Nathaniel Rochester, Major Charles Carroll, and William Fitzhugh of Hagerstown, Maryland. So, the strip along the river there?
Yep. That's where Rochester all began.
They bought that.
So it's funny. So when Rochester became a city, it had a population of 15 people.
That's it.
That was the origins of Rochester.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's funny, too, because, Nathaniel Rochester, the name.
Yeah.
And if you're from here, Fitzhugh Street.
Yeah.
Dawned on me when I'm reading it, I was like, I've been on that street.
Yep. Didn't even know. I bet you people that live on that street don't even know. Well, they do now. So if anybody on Fitzhugh is watching this.
Yeah. And then in 1817, the village of Rochesterville was formed by the Brown brothers.
Nice.
And then shortened later on down the road.
Thank God.
Live in Rochesterville.
Right. Loser.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so my first fact. The man who invented the calculating machine, which is now more complex and known as the calculator, is from Rochester.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. That was, I
just used
something that people use on a daily basis across the world.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Started off in our little town here.
And I just used mine the other day.
Yeah, I use mine every single day.
Oh, yeah.
I pull out the one on my phone.
That's great.
Also, the inventor of breakfast cereal, James Caleb Jackson, is from the Rochester area. His masterpiece was called Granula, and it had to be soaked overnight to be eaten.
Ooh.
Yeah, so not the modern day equivalent of cereal, which, everybody eats every single day, but the first breakfast cereal.
I love to eat cereal.
Give me your top 3.
Oh.
Give me your top 3 favorite cereals.
So I love Frosted Flakes.
Okay, yep.
I love Cocoa Krispies.
Oh, okay.
And man, that third one.
It's tough to put 3 together.
It is. The third one, I eat a ton of Cheerios.
Yeah?
They're kind of blah, but
The staple cereal.
yeah.
I'm Captain Crunch with berries.
Okay.
Frosted Flakes
Yes.
and Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, Cinnamon Toast.
But now Apple Jacks for me is like a close contender with Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like I go back and forth. If I have Cinnamon Toast Crunch, then it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch. If I have Apple Jacks, then Apple Jacks is my third. So third is back and forth, but
cereals. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, I still eat cereal.
Yep. So thank you, James Caleb
Hey, from
Jackson.
Rochester, baby.
From Rochester.
I love
Cheers
it.
to you, buddy.
So 1847, Frederick Douglas publishes the North Star in Rochester.
Yep.
That was huge.
Yeah. I grew up 2.5 blocks away from where Frederick Douglass's house was.
Yep.
Right on South Ave.
Yeah, that was he was amazing.
Yeah.
There's more to come about him, obviously.
Yeah.
And in 1815, the University of Rochester.
I didn't realize it was almost 200 years. It was over 200 years old.
Yeah.
Huh.
And that school, it's huge.
Yeah, I mean it's as far as just medical goes, the medical field goes. It's one of the best colleges
for the medical world
in the country. Strong Hospital is always rated as one of the best hospitals in the country. So.
And I have visited there a couple times.
Yeah, me too.
Kidney stones.
Ooh.
But they were really good.
You know, I don't think I've ever had anything done at Strong.
No?
I've never been a patient at Strong. No.
My surgeries have been a surgery.
I mean, I grew up a block away from Highland Hospital, though, so which is also part of View of Our Medicine, though. So
true.
Which my daughter was born there, and
yeah.
So that place.
Place has been getting bigger and bigger as well.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So here's a cool one, right? You like sitting out by a campfire in the summer.
Of course.
Like making s'mores.
Yeah.
All right. So check this out. So marshmallows were first commercially produced here in Rochester.
Come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Coincidentally, also, graham crackers were developed by a local businessman from Rochester. Basically completing the s'more. You know, you got two-thirds of a s'more from Rochester.
How cool is that, though?
Right.
And no matter what, when you go to a bonfire, regardless if it's for kids, adults, anything, what do you get?
S'mores.
Always.
It's a staple for a fire.
Camping, yeah.
That you have some s'mores. At very least, some marshmallows.
Oh, yeah.
At very least, some marshmallows. So, yeah. Even though marshmallows weren't invented here, they were first commercially produced here in Rochester. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So, Rochester is 2/3 of a s'more. You're welcome, world.
I love
You're welcome.
And you know, every time, now that I know this, no matter where I go, camping,
you're going to be like, hey, did you know? Did you know?
Right away.
And everybody's going to be like, who cares, man? Just give me another s'more.
I'm going to be like, I care, damn it. Rochester cares.
The whole city cares.
So 1916, this is huge for Rochester up here. Walter and John Wegman learned the food business by working in their parents' store in Rochester. John peddled fresh produce from the push cart, and in 1916 he opened the Rochester Fruit and Vegetable Company, which became Wegmans Food Market.
Yep. I mean, I don't have to tell anybody watching this show what Wegmans is. What it is to the supermarket world.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you're watching this and you haven't been to a Wegmans or you live in a place that doesn't have Wegmans, drive to a city that has a Wegmans and just go shopping. Just
has everything.
Trying to explain what Wegmans is to people that don't know what it is difficult because they're like, oh, what is it? Oh, it's a grocery store. No. It's not just a grocery store.
Yeah.
Like, it's an experience. Don't go on a Saturday afternoon. Don't go on a Sunday afternoon because it is a freaking zoo in there. And, you know, of course, whenever I need something from Wegmans, it's like a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon. Oh, and I don't think about it until I get in the store. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, my God. Yeah. But the staff is always phenomenal. You can't beat the quality of the stuff that you can get there.
Oh, yeah, the food's great.
The variety of things that you can also find there is bar none. The produce is unbelievable, which makes sense since it started as a fruit and vegetable market, which I didn't know. And, you know, the meats are great. The bread is great.
It's a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
From food to customer service to checking out to...
Bring your credit card, though.
Everything. Oh.
Because... It's one of those places where you go in there for like a loaf of bread and some cheese, and you end up with, you know, a shopping cart and $300 worth of stuff.
So yesterday, go in there. I only needed 6 items. 6. Wrote them down.
So like $25.
$25. So I went. My fruit salad. Oh, tink, 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 tink. Oh, wait. Tink, tink. Tink, 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 tink.
$100 later?
$220 later.
For a guy that lives by himself. $220? Oh my God.
Loaded up on everything. So.
I know where I'm eating lunch today.
Yeah, so if anyone's hungry, come on over. I know, funny. I couldn't believe it. And then another cool one is in 1919, the Rochester subway is set up. So here in Rochester, we all know the subway for the graffiti and taking the pictures and all that cool stuff. And then in 1956, the Rochester subway is abandoned and they stopped passenger service.
Yeah, I've been down there. It's super sketchy.
Yeah. But I mean,
sketchy.
If you are from here, you know about it, or you've gone and take pictures down there, or tried to walk through it.
Don't try to walk through it. I'm just saying right now, don't try to walk through it because it is.
Yeah.
Just don't. You can go to the opening and take pictures and stuff. It's really cool. Just don't keep going.
Yeah. So that's one of the
and a gun.
Cool things about Rochester.
Yeah.
The old subway.
Yep. All right. So in 1889, the voting machine was invented in Rochester. Yeah. So you go in there and you cast your vote on the machine. That was invented in Rochester.
It all starts here.
I know. I'm telling you, man. It's awesome. Also, the first gold tooth was made by a dentist in Rochester.
Yes.
Or by a Rochester dentist, I should say.
They offered me a gold cap last time I was at the dentist. And I was like, no.
It's one of those things where you almost have to think about it for a quick second. You're like, ooh, no.
Yeah.
No.
I was like, no. Just, but it would be cool. But it was.
But it's like, no.
If it was like one of these, maybe, but it was the far. No one sees the.
No one's going to see that one anyway.
So yeah, one of the wonderful people out of Rochester here, Susan B. Anthony.
Yep.
Her home here in Rochester was based of operations for the women's rights movements, and many more famous visited and stayed here. She was arrested in her living room after voting in the 1872 presidential election. Women's rights to vote.
Yep.
Damn voting machine.
I know. Almost. I know the voting machine was almost invented by then too.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and she's huge here at Mount Hope Cemetery.
Oh yeah.
Every year when elections are here, everyone goes and visits the site.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. I grew up blocks away from Mount Hope Cemetery, so I've been up where her and Frederick Douglas both are. So I've been up to both.
And that cemetery is pretty sweet.
Yeah. Side fun fact about that. Buffalo Bill?
No, yeah.
The guy Buffalo Bill?
Yeah.
His kids are buried at Mount Hope Cemetery as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so me and my friend Renee, we go and take pictures there sometimes. Mm-hmm. And it's just so huge, but when you actually stop and look at some of the tombstones and all that.
Oh yeah. It's an old cemetery too.
I mean, there are.
You got people that were born in the 1700s that are buried there. Like it's nuts.
It's so cool.
You got some of the tombstones are so weathered that you can't even make out anything anymore.
Yeah.
But it's cool to go back through because you can look up like the directory for this cemetery and see all who's there, and they give you a little map and show you where they are. And but when you get into like the older section of it,
because there is a.
It's so cool to just walk around there. I mean, it's people that didn't grow up with a similar type of cemetery. Just think of a cemetery as big, flat, like that one out in Greece, where it's flat, it's rows, it's blocks, and that's it. But this one, man, it's got hills and valleys and a pond and just winding little tracks, and it's so cool.
Yeah.
Of an experience to be there to take pictures.
To take pictures is amazing because you can look down, you can look up, there's so much there.
Yeah.
And there's so much history there as well. So
I used to go bike riding around Mount Hope Cemetery my whole childhood. It's a cool place to go, which sounds weird because it's a cemetery, but
I know.
But yeah, if you've never been, man, just go exploring around there one day. You won't be disappointed.
But it's one of the big things here in Rochester that when you come here,
you go check out Mount Hope Cemetery.
Someone will tell you about Mount Hope Cemetery.
Yep, for sure. All right, so I put this one in here for you.
Oh, good.
You were a Giants fan.
Oh yeah.
Team sucks. Figured I'd give you a little
boost on this Super Bowl weekend.
So, two-time Super Bowl champion coach of the New York Giants, Tom Coughlin, started his career in Rochester teaching physical education and coaching the varsity football team at RIT.
Okay.
Yeah, so, Tom Coughlin.
Yeah.
Rochester guy. So, worked his way up through Rochester and became a two-time, beat Tom Brady twice.
Woo!
Love that guy.
One of the greatest Super Bowls to watch.
Yeah.
Even if you're not a Giants fan, but just the
my three favorite Super Bowls that I've watched in the last 20 20 years.
Yeah.
Well, my 4 favorite. 1 when the Packers won, and then 3 when the Patriots lost.
Yeah.
That's literally my
Just
favorite
like
Super
that.
Bowl. What's your favorite Super Bowl? Anyone that Tom Brady lost. Especially the one where they were undefeated. Giants will always hold a special place in my heart. The catch, yeah. Yep.
Everyone went crazy.
Friggin' phenomenal. All right, and so also sports related out of Rochester. The man who hit the first home run in a professional baseball game, the very first home run ever hit in a professional baseball game, was a man from Rochester, the Rochester area named Ross Barnes in 1876.
Ross Barnes?
Ross Barnes. First ever professional home run.
Yeah. So
pretty cool.
So you hear about it, the sports world is like, oh, the first home run, Ross Barnes, blah, blah, blah.
From Rochester?
Yeah, they're like, what? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and coincidentally as well with baseball, the longest game of baseball ever played.
Yeah.
Or professional baseball game ever played was Rochester Red Wings.
Come on.
33 innings. It
really?
lasted. Yeah, like 1980. I think it was like 1981.
Holy shit.
Yeah, 33 innings.
That's a long game.
Yeah. Can you imagine that, dude?
Just sitting there. I mean, I like baseball. I played baseball when I was younger. But watching a game...
That's basically like watching 4 straight games in a row
it gets
without
tough
a break.
You may catch a foul ball here and there, but...
I've never caught a foul ball.
I haven't either. I've never even come close.
No, me either.
And I try to, when you go to a Red Wings game,
dude,
there's spots open.
So I'm 33 years old, right? I'm 33 years old. I still, if I go to a Red Wings game, I still bring my glove.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah. Every time.
It's probably a smart move.
Yeah, every time, man. Because I just keep holding on to that childhood dream of being like, I got it.
And you never know. Because, I mean...
I'll never catch one.
To catch that barehanded?
There'll probably be a 7-year-old next to me and I'll have to give the ball up so I don't look like a dick on the Jumbotron.
Just let me get it. Here. Let me get it. Let me get it.
Get out of the way, you little bitch. Got it. Then the dad beats me up.
Right.
Sorry, dude.
So another person out of Rochester, Frederick Douglas. He's just one of the greatest people.
Yeah, he's the man, dude.
Ever. Abolitionist Frederick Douglass spent 25 of his most productive years in Rochester, which is pretty sweet.
Yep.
Douglas, an escaped slave, published the about abolitionist. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, abolitionist.
Okay.
Yeah,
Newspaper, the North Star, and assisted Harriet Tubman in a dangerous work of helping slaves escape via the Underground Railroad.
Yep. Yeah, he did so much during his lifetime. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. And it's cool, too, because when he was in Washington, I believe, and when he passed away, he came back up here to Mount Hope Cemetery and is buried up there.
Yep. Yeah, he's real close to Susan B. Anthony, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
What them two together have done.
Oh my God!
For the world,
it's more than thousands of people combined. Have done.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then a huge thing here, George Eastman, the founder of Kodak.
Yep.
Kodak was enormous here.
Yeah.
Everyone that you knew, back in the day, worked there.
Yep.
Somehow, some way. I think my grandfather worked there.
Yep.
He, retired, of course, but they made cameras. They made photography available to the masses. He was a lover of architect, music, education, gardens, health, and innovation. He was the benefactor of many institutions in Rochester today, including the Eastman School of Music, which also is huge.
Yeah, it's why, it's one of the most well-respected music schools in the world.
Oh, yeah.
My dad actually went to
Did he?
Eastman. Yeah, he studied flute there for a little while.
Well, that's why your dad is really good at the flute.
Yeah, for sure. But, there isn't a person that's ever even been near Rochester that doesn't know the Eastman name. You know what I mean? There's half the things in Rochester are named after George Eastman. He was an amazing philanthropist, and he actually, in his lifetime, he donated over $100 million towards higher education.
$100 million?
$100 million towards higher education. Mostly distributed right in here in the Rochester area.
That's sweet.
So today's equivalent of $100 million for him in his time, that's close to $2 billion in today's money.
Wow.
Yeah. Donated to solely higher education in the Rochester area.
And it worked.
Which is why, at all the big colleges and schools around here, half the buildings are named after him.
Oh, easily.
So it's, as far as doing things for the town that you're in and from, nobody really comes close to Eastman and what he did for the city. He's
pretty much, if it wasn't for Colonel Rochester founding this place.
Right. He'd probably be called Eastman, New York.
That's what I'm saying, because,
George, maybe where do you live, George, New York? What?
Because, that dude did a lot for this city.
Yeah, for sure. Yep, super cool. All right, so check this one out. This one's super cool, right? So, a lab at the University of Rochester is home to the second most energetic fusion laser in the world.
That would be so cool to see.
Yeah, I have no idea what a fusion laser is.
I don't either.
Or how it's measured in energy. But I just think it sounds cool that we have the second largest in the world.
Didn't we do a story on something?
With lasers?
I can't remember, but...
No, it was a conspiracy theory. It's that atom thing.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
That separates atoms in France or whatever the hell it is, and they think it's a portal to the devil or whatever.
That's what I was thinking.
Yep. But so I have no idea what the laser is. I looked it up, and I couldn't even get 8 words into the description without being lost about what it does.
Where it's at the U of R?
Yeah.
I wonder if we could do a little trip and just look at it.
Why? So we can look. Well, no. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm cool with that.
Maybe we'll film it.
Yeah. We won't. Well, we'll just look dumb the whole time because we'll be like,
we just came to look at it because it sounded cool as hell.
Can you make it go through? Can you shoot the laser? And these dudes in lab coats would be like,
them two, out of here.
Security!
Yeah.
Come get these bitches! I'll have that ludicrous song queued up.
Yep.
Okay, also...
Boom! Get out of the way.
Who let these hoes in my room? Alright. So a little bit more on the darker side here of Rochester. Francis, Jesus Christ. I can't even read my own notes. Oh my God.
Take 3.
Unbelievable. Francis Tumblety.
Yep.
It only took me 5 times to figure out how to say that.
Got it.
It's cool. Maybe Matt can just edit that out a little bit because I look like an asshole. So Francis Tumblety grew up in Rochester and is one of the main suspects in the Jack the Ripper case.
Oh.
Yeah, so everybody knows Jack the Ripper. He's a serial
It's
killer
huge.
over in England. So he made frequent trips back and forth between America and England during the timeline of all of the murders. So they think that he could have been. He's right near the top of he's top 3.
Wow.
Suspects for Jack the Ripper.
That's crazy.
Yeah, tell me about it. And also, a little patriotic here.
Okay.
The Pledge of Allegiance was written by Rochester native Francis Bellamy. So another Francis. So we got one that's a serial killer and one that's a patriot.
Doing a good deed for the world.
So patriot, yeah. I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Yeah. Here in Rochester?
Do you remember the whole thing? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
To the republic
for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Woo! America!
I remember when I was in 2nd grade, there was 4 classrooms. And each morning, the teacher would pick one of us to go up, and they'd shove a mic in our face, and we'd have to be like, I pledge allegiance! And you couldn't not say it because they would shove the mic.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, God. So, yeah.
All I think that was a cool thing that we had to do when we were kids. I mean, I'm not going to get into it because it's like a huge firestorm now.
Oh, yeah. You can't
because it says God, and it's like
it'll be completely changed.
Then there's people that think it's like propaganda, like we're fucking Nazis or something like that.
It's crazy.
Okay, cool, man.
So, speaking of, here in Rochester, we had a serial killer as well.
Yeah.
Good old Arthur Shawcross.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers him. Also known as the Genesee River Killer.
Yep.
Because that's where he would do all his killings, for the most part. He was an American serial killer active in Rochester, New York. His first known murders were in 1972 when he killed a young boy and a girl in his hometown of Watertown.
Yep.
And then he wandered his way down here.
Yep. Fucker.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's he was a dick, dude.
And I just
made a couple. They made a couple cool specials about him, though.
I did watch one.
Yeah, and it's cool to see. Well, I mean, I guess it's not cool given the context of why they were making the video, but
to see the video and the river and where he was.
I'm like, oh my god,
I've been there.
Been there?
Yeah.
Used to live 3 blocks away from there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they went down South Ave at one point. And I was like, oh cool. I grew up a block away from there.
Yeah. And he used to live right on Alexander Street.
Yeah.
In that little apartment building.
Yeah. I mean that's a mile away from the neighborhood I grew up in.
And then when we would walk by there.
Yeah.
At the time, but
Yeah.
it is crazy to see.
Yeah, it's nuts.
But I thought this one was super. This one changed Rochester forever, basically. George L. Wanger and Patrick Barry forever changed the face of Rochester when they gifted 20 acres to the city in 1888. So they just gave Rochester, free of charge, 20 acres.
20 acres.
That land became the first part of what is known as Highland Park. Which is, everybody knows Highland Park.
Yeah.
Location for the world-famous Lilac Festival each May.
Yep. So...
And that's where we got the Flower City,
No.
They changed from Flower City to the Flower City.
Yeah, so it used to be Flower.
Oh,
yeah, because Flower was Rochester's main production.
Okay.
Because of the Genesee River, they had a bunch of flour mills.
Okay, yeah.
And then it changed to the Flower City. WER.
Yeah.
Yep. Which most people don't know.
I didn't know that.
Flower City.
Yeah.
Because Rochester was known for making flour, but then when that industry kind of dried up and the market took a hit, they switched the name over because of...
But how crazy is that? Because the Lilac Festival is one of the biggest festivals in the... I don't want to say world,
It's the second largest collection of lilacs in the world.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just huge here. So, But the only unfortunate thing is every time this festival comes, it rains.
Yeah, that or the lilac, or they miss, like when the lilac, because for people that don't know about lilacs, they are only in bloom for a very short amount of time. It's usually only a few weeks per year that they're actually in bloom. And you can't really predict it because it's, dependent on weather and the frost and when it actually warms up and when they start to... So, trying to plan a festival which usually draws 500,000 people over, a week's time... Trying to plan that out and nail it down right on time is nearly impossible. But I mean, for everybody that's in, around, or near, upstate New York, I mean, everybody knows Highland Park.
It's
and
awesome.
the lilacs. I personally grew up 2 blocks away.
Yep.
So in the summer, for me, I basically grew up with Highland Park as my backyard.
You could smell.
My dad and I used to take our bikes up there, almost on a daily basis, and just ride around Highland Park all day. I could probably still walk around there with my eyes closed, and know pretty much where I was. But that smell of lilacs, to me, my whole neighborhood was full of it in the summer, and it gives me such a nostalgic feeling when I smell lilac. So if I go to somebody's house and they have a bush in their front yard, or they have, a little bit at their house or something, I'm like it just makes me think of childhood and like all those good memories I have.
And it is like when in full bloom, and if you're there, it's a beautiful thing to see.
Gorgeous.
You know what I mean? Because again, there's hills and there's different angles to see all the lilac bushes, and
Plus, down in the park, too, they got all the magnolia trees as well, which are, I mean, for photographers, it's, both amateur and professional. I mean, it's...
But how cool is that? They just, that forever changed Rochester.
Yeah. For sure.
And it is a great festival, though.
Yeah. It is a lot
Bands of fun. And food.
Except when all the fucking idiots decide to try and...
True.
Whatever, and then they got to put security around it.
Yeah.
Stupid.
But it's still...
Don't screw up our festival, you little dicks.
It is, it's world known, though.
Yeah.
People from all over the world go.
Yep. All right, so this one's super cool. And, so if you've watched this show before, Matt and I did a show on Guinness World Records.
Yes, we did.
And we got super pumped after that show and started talking about the possibility of us breaking a world record. Now, this one, I think we could take a legitimate shot at.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rochester students lined up 1,036 tacos in an attempt to break the record for longest string of edible tacos.
So just lining them up?
Yeah. 1,000 of them.
We could.
I mean, if we talk to a little local place that does tacos, and we're like, "Hey, look, we're trying to break this world record.
We're making national.
We're gonna do a show, right, on it. We want you to make the tacos. We'll buy them.
Yeah.
But then you can be, featured in this thing.
1,000?
1,036 tacos. Or if we just hit up all the locally owned taco shops in Rochester and be like, look, we want to put together a coalition of taco shops, locally owned, then break this friggin' world record. How much would they really charge us per taco?
We could do that.
I mean, the recognition alone.
Where would we do it, though? Like, just down the road?
We'll do it in Highland Park.
Yeah. For real.
We'll line them all down the trails. We'll have people come, and then you can eat a taco.
Yep.
You gotta pay $5 to come see it, and then you can eat a taco.
As soon as they're done lined up.
Yeah. Let's eat!
Yeah. That one is definitely doable.
100% doable, dude. All we gotta get is 1,000 tacos. We should do like 1,500 though, so people can say, local podcast smashes taco world record. You know what I mean?
And just get One Drink podcast in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what we do. So if we get some wax paper and lay it all out so that we can put the tacos on it, so some people don't have to eat the tacos off the ground or whatever, we could get it printed with One Drink podcast logo.
Oh yeah.
On the wax paper.
I like this.
Yeah.
That's a record that is definitely.
Dude, we could get in and out of this thing for like $1,000.
I like it.
I'm in. We need $1,000 so if you'd like to donate to us, send us an email to onedrinkpod@gmail.com.
Yes.
We only need $1,000.
That'd be great, though.
Dude, it'd be so sweet. Okay, so also, America's only antique carousel that's still at its original location is here in Rochester at Ontario Beach Park.
Ah, yes.
And everybody knows that one.
Yes.
So obviously it's not the only antique one, but it's the only one in America that is still where it started.
That thing is old.
Yeah, so it got built for that location. It was installed there, and it has never been moved.
Wow.
Yeah, super cool.
That is crazy.
Not my favorite carousel of all time, though.
No.
My favorite one
definitely
was at,
old. You can tell.
The mall in Irondequoit.
Oh, the double
decker.
Yeah.
They're the double decker ones.
I think that changed the game of carousels.
Yeah, double decker one.
When that mall opened, you drive by and it's right there. Mm-hmm. You see the double. You're like, oh my god.
So I went down a little rabbit hole with this whole carousel thing because I was like, is it really the only one?
What's the most extreme?
So I found a double decker, and then I started thinking about the double decker and going there with my grandma, and I was like, dude, I wonder if any of these are for sale and how much is a carousel? I found a double decker for sale. It's fucking $500,000. $500,000!
Wow.
For a carousel. I was like, well, I'm never gonna have my childhood memory back. Ever.
Check what I got out back.
Dude, I just bought a carousel. Yo, you want to help me move a carousel? What? Everybody take a horse.
Yeah. So what Rochester is really famous for, is in 1918, Alexander Tahoe opened a restaurant in Rochester called Hots and Potatoes. Mm-hmm. Beginning of the garbage plate.
It's, oh
So, I didn't know that it went back this far.
Yeah.
So, later on, his son, Nick Tahoes, took over and patented the name Garbage Plate, and it's a staple here.
Dude, okay, so everybody that's watching this that's from the Rochester area, or basically Western New York, knows what a garbage plate is.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, let us explain real quick. So you take a plate, and then on one side of the plate, you put mac salad. On the other side of the plate, you put some potatoes. Now, it can be fries, it can be tater tots.
Yep.
It can be grilled potatoes, basically like hash brown or home fries. On one side. And then you take 2 cheeseburger patties, and you put that on top, in the middle. Then you take meat hot sauce, which is a Rochester thing as well.
Yep.
And you layer that all over the top of that. And then you add some diced onion.
Yep.
And then a little mustard. Boom. Garbage plate.
Garbage Plate.
The end. Thank you, Tahoe family.
Yes. Have you... Now, I normally get these, after a night of drinking.
Correct.
Which is...
Correct.
But sometimes I get them, just because you get a craving for them sometimes. It's funny, when I'm drinking, I finish the whole thing.
Oh, every time. And the bread.
Oh, yeah. When I'm not drinking,
Half.
I'm just like, God.
Half is so much food.
But it tastes so good still, it's not, it doesn't never lose that. So, I had a friend that lived in Florida. I went to Florida, visited, and we're talking, and it was his friends from Florida, and the garbage plate got brought up, and they're like, "What? No clue what it was. What? What is that?" "Oh, we just did it." He's like, "Really?"
Yeah.
He's like, "That's a big thing up there." I was like,
that is the thing.
Yeah. I was like, "You never had one?" He's like, "I've never had a garbage plate." And I was just like, "Oh my!"
It just blows your mind when people say that.
It's such a simple recipe,
And it's such a big thing. I mean, I can't even remember the first time I had one. It's, you know what I mean? Like, it's been my whole life has been plates.
Yeah.
So it's like when someone doesn't know what it is, you're like, what?
Wait a minute.
What? It's just so awkward. Like, I immediately want to just make one for somebody when they don't know what it is.
So I went to see a comedian, Jim Gaffigan. He's pretty famous. He came here. The first thing he did,
let's get a garbage plate.
He's like, "I heard about this Rochester garbage plate. I had to get one," and so.
And I mean, everybody, it's hard to go somewhere in Rochester that doesn't serve their own version of a plate. Now, nobody can call it a garbage plate because Tahoe has it trademarked and copyrighted and all that stuff. So the people just call it whatever they want to. Like
the diner
that
plate
I work on, it's the Quimby's plate.
Yeah.
So, but most people just say a plate.
Yeah.
So it's hard to go anywhere in Rochester without getting a plate. And everybody's got their favorite plates. Mine is not Nick Tahoe's, but I do love a good plate.
And it's crazy too because you think, "Oh, I could just go anywhere in the world and open up one of these and it'll be a success," right? It's not.
It's not. No,
because a radio host that I listened to, he said that someone tried it where they lived, failed miserably.
I know. I mean, but there are some extremely successful ones in Florida. However, Florida has a huge transplant population from the Northeast. So, garbage plates from up here. You get a couple of people that know about them in a little area that you're living in. They're like, "Oh my God, you got to come with me to try this."
Yeah.
So, it'll work some places, but it's not a guaranteed thing everywhere.
But they're so good, regardless.
Yeah.
And even the Red Wings.
Yeah.
They have garbage plate uniforms sometimes.
Yep.
All the sports teams around here do garbage plate
themed stuff. Yep. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I love it.
All right, my last little grouping. This is all I got. America's first thermometers were manufactured in Rochester in 1851 by David Kendall and George Taylor.
Thermometers?
Yeah, not invented here, but the first thermometers that were manufactured were here in Rochester. Super cool.
Wow.
Going back to dentists, because we had the first gold tooth. The first dentist chair was designed in Rochester. What? Yeah. I wonder if they knew each other.
Wow.
Like, hey, I found a cool chair. Hey, I made a gold tooth.
Yeah.
Hey, put it Put the person in this chair and put a gold tooth in his mouth.
It's that easy.
We should go into business.
Right.
And then they were probably like, yo, we should start a podcast and call it One Tooth. A podcast we talk about one tooth and one chair.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Fantastic.
It's so easy. Oh yeah.
Yep. And finally, one of my favorite characters from a TV show. I guess secondary characters really, or supporting actors, whatever you want to call it. So one of my favorite shows is Dexter. Thought it was a great show. In the second or third season, the Trinity Killer was in it, played by John Lithgow. The guy's great.
Yeah.
He's from Rochester.
Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Don Quixote, Third Rock from the Sun.
Yes.
Dexter. I mean, he's been in so many different things.
He actually just came back and shot a little movie at Sticky Lips.
Oh, really?
Yep.
No shit.
Or a scene at Sticky Lips.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. But yeah, John Lithgow, one of my favorite non-discreet actors.
He's been around for a while.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yep.
A couple other famous people out of Rochester that made it. Jeff Sluman, the golfer.
Yep.
You know, I played at his golf course.
That's cool.
John Wallace, you know, the basketball player.
Yep.
I played against him at the Charlotte Beach where the carousel is.
Did you get smoked?
Smoked. Our team was very short. I mean, they beat us in 10 minutes. Abbywambach, huge soccer player.
Yep. Gold medalist.
I actually played her in basketball at her house.
Yeah, did you get smoked too?
I was dating, yep.
Yeah.
I got smoked by her as well.
So you got smoked in basketball by a female soccer player?
Yes.
Awesome.
Whooped.
What?
Wasn't even fun. John Jones, the MMA fighter. He was from here. Ty Diggs.
He's been to Quimby's.
Has he?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
How cool was that?
Super
He's a big
cool.
dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Yeah, he's a big dude. His cousin still comes in.
Cool. Dominic Bazzelli. So he's a younger professional golfer now. He's ranked in the top, I want to say the top 50. He's right from here. He's from Pittsburgh. Actually, my friend Sarah knows him.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Tay Diggs.
Yep.
Luke Harper, a wrestler. Philip Seymour.
He just passed.
Yeah.
Luke Harper. Yeah. That was
cool.
sad. Yeah.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yep. Also passed.
He was huge.
Also very sad. Yep.
Huge. Lou Graham, of course. Joywave. They been around a couple years. A band. They're pretty popular. Seen them locally at the Rower Hangover. They got a lot of hits on the radio.
Nice.
And Matthew and Oliver.
Oh, founders of One Drink Podcast. Arguably the most famous people to ever come out of Rochester.
Yes.
Clearly.
Yep.
Clearly.
Up and coming.
Superstars. Superstars in the podcast world. Yeah. Watch out, Joe Rogan. Coming for that ass. With your 150 billion views.
So yes, that is our show on the Rochester, our city of Rochester.
Yeah. It's we always go over local stuff. Actually, we got a couple of shout-outs for some local business owners.
We sure do.
That we know. But I love this city.
Yeah.
As much as I hate this, everybody loves and hates their hometown for various different reasons. But it's obviously a city that's full with cultural heritage.
Yeah.
Some awesome people have come out of here. There are some awesome people that currently live here. And I have no doubt that this city will continue to churn out.
And it's crazy since we have entered into this podcast world, the local support that Rochester has for small businesses, regardless of what you do, it is huge on supporting small businesses.
Yeah, big time. Small businesses, local artists, local craftsmen, it's a huge community built on local.
Yeah, and it rubbed off on us.
Oh yeah.
For what we do, that's how. I don't want to say that's why we started the show, but that was one of our focuses, was to always mention a small business or anything. Yeah. Anything local. Yeah. Doesn't matter what you do.
Yep. And so, in honor of our local show here, we want to throw a shout out to Rome Cafe on Park Ave, Blossom Road Pub on the corner of Winton Blossom, and also Three Heads Brewery.
Oh yeah.
The second largest craft brewery in the state.
I love their beer.
Yeah, me too.
So good.
Yep, great places. But Rome and Blossom, two of my absolute favorite places to go in town. Different vibes for both places. One's like a chill pub style at Blossom, and then Rome has got some amazing food. Cool little bistro right on Park Ave. It's an amazing place.
So we also have Iron Smoke Brewery. My friend owns that. Her and her husband. Lux Bar.
Yep.
Everyone knows Lux.
Everybody knows Lux. Yep.
The Bug Jar.
Yep.
Huge for the music scene.
Huge for local music. Any bands that have really come out of Rochester.
Yeah.
Have made their bones at the Bug Jar.
Yeah. Love Hate Tattoo.
Yep.
And Pyramid Tattoo.
Yep.
Both. When you come to Rochester, they're always like, "Oh, we're gonna get a tattoo."
Yep.
They're in the top.
Yep.
People.
And to throw out a smaller one too. One of my oldest friends, I actually went to elementary school with him.
Nice.
His name's Austin. He owns Vintage Electric Tattoo.
Nice.
And Adrian, our guest from a couple of seasons ago, just got a half sleeve done over there. So.
Yep.
Yep.
And then there's also the Bodega. The
Cadillac
of corner stores.
The Cadillac of corner stores. The Bodega. I love the name of that place, and I love the reference to the Cadillac of corner stores.
Yeah.
It just says exactly what it is. There's nothing else that needs to be said.
And then, of course, Gods and Gladiators.
Yep.
Alex, he's well known into the Rochester scene.
Yeah.
So
yep.
Those are a few of our shout outs. I mean, there's
I can't forget one. I almost forgot one. So my wonderful fiance Jackie started up a new business.
Yeah.
She started up a group. It's called Wellness Rebels with Jax. She goes over everything from personal and mental health to guides on eating healthier and living a healthier lifestyle.
Yeah, it's a great group.
It's an overall wellness group. So if you're looking for a boost in morale, self-confidence, a way to change the way you think about food itself and what it does and where it comes from. And she is huge on supporting local farms, and all that kind of stuff. Check her out on Facebook, Wellness Rebels with Jax.
It's a good group too because everyone on there or in the group, it's just all about positivity.
Yeah, it's supportive and
it's huge nowadays because there is a lot of depression, anxiety, whatever. But this group, you could it's a very positive thing that she's doing.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful little community that she's building. Yeah. Everybody in the group from near and far are helpful and supportive and understanding and willing to listen, and it's just a great group.
I'm in the group and I have chatted with other people that I don't know, and it was all a positive thing.
Yeah.
So
and it's nice because it's non-judgmental and it's just
it's a great group. I'm glad she started it. I mean,
for sure.
There needs to be a lot more groups like that.
Yep.
For sure, but
So, but anyways, guys, thank you again so much for all of the support. Thank you to all of our local supporters and those far away. If you haven't been to Rochester before, we'd love to have you come check it out.
Yes.
We'd love to go get a garbage plate with you.
What?
Don't forget, you can check out our live shows every other Saturday. You can check out our history shows every Monday and these full-length shows on YouTube.
Yes.
Also, if you'd like to listen to us on the go, you can check us out on all major platforms, including iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple, Google, and Amazon. Guys, we are so fortunate and so thankful to now be a part and be on all those major platforms.
We are everywhere now.
Yeah, but it's all it's all from you guys supporting us over this journey. We're here to stay.
A lot of fun. Yeah. A lot of fun.
So look out, podcasting world. This one drink ain't done yet.
Nope.
All right, guys. Till next time.
See you.
Cheers.
Greetings, Gladiators. This is Alex. I just wanted to say thank you for supporting One Drink Podcast. They are a couple of friends of mine that are supporting me, and they help me sell my monoprints. These are my monoprints. I make all these to be unique. They are all one of one, so when I print them, I make sure my graphics are laid down in different spots every time. And these thick hoodies all get the headpiece, so that's pretty cool, I think. Cheers to that. Also, I just wanted to let you know there is a discount code for you guys. One drink. If you punch that in as you're checking out, you get 15% off. So I will see you soon, and thanks again for the love. Peace.
Standing upright, corruption exposed. Please don't ban me now. While mission is clear, steadfast, no fear. We're screaming our voices loud. Keep your hands off of our eyes. We'll fight back with all of our might. So the people that smoking don't ignore our plight. Open your eyes to the light. Medication has gone from the earth. Meditation has just go for the mind. No need to get harsh, it's enforcement. The central cure is no crime. Medication that is gone from the earth. Meditation that just go for the mind. No need to get harsh, it's enforcement. The central cure is no crime. It's no crime. It's no crime, yeah. The central cure is no crime. Now everybody